Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's another story time. And before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at Lifewithsymone. Big on the TikTok because y'all, the way they be playing with my views, please go show my TikTok some love. At Lifewithsymone, and follow my business page at Brishari. You will not be disappointed. Okay, so I remember, so I'm about to do my community spotlight for the week because I remember. So let's do it. So these are my top commenters for the week. We got Coriana KTV. Y'all already know. Remember when she sent in that Stubby Sunday? We got Alexia X13. We got Stephanie Sharp 6690. We got Tina Blinks TV. And we got NJC 1304. And them are my top commenters for the week. I love you guys so much. Thanks for showing me so much love and support, because y'all already know. I can't say I've been slacking. Let me stop being so hard on myself, because I have been posting, but I feel like I could post more. February and January just been busy months. Oh my god, but good busy in a good way. So yeah, but I'm here and I'm gonna be posting every day for the rest of the week. Not a story time every day, but yeah, y'all gonna get two this week. But let's get into this story time today. So this story time, if you remember when I named one of Enemy's friends Skeletor, this story time is about the infamous Skeletor himself. Okay, so let's take it back from when me and Enemy, oh, I don't know why I feel like I wanted to say his name just now. From when me and Enemy had broke up. So remember I told y'all we had broke up because, and this is when we broke up, like literally like after everything, when he ran off with my tax money, he done got Kelly pregnant. Yeah, broke up, but it was still fresh, right? So I was posting on Instagram just subbing because a Nick got me up after I let you come stay when you had nowhere to go and you really just did me dirty. Anyway, so yeah, I was posting subs like I always did because that was me. Couldn't nothing be private. And in my life, I was a submarine, y'all. So well, it wasn't pretty much subs because I was real direct with who I was talking about. So I was posting them or whatever, and I forgot what exactly that I said, but I guess that made Skeletor a little tingle in his finger. No, I'm just kidding. Let me just tell the story. So I guess Skeletor felt the way because he replied to my story and was just like LMAO, like crying laughing faces and stuff. So I'm like, what's funny? So he like, you funny. So I'm like, how am I funny? I'm real defensive with this conversation because I'm thinking like, oh, he got me messed up, because when me and Enemy stopped talking, him and Skeletor wasn't cool, but they would be on and off. So I just thought like maybe they was back cool again and he just think he trying to defend his friend, but baby, you don't do it over here. Because remember I told y'all, I don't know if I got too in depth, but I did tell y'all, I believe so, that I told y'all about Enemy and Skeletor's relationship was very strange to me, because like I would go through Enemy phone or Enemy would tell me and be like, man, why is Skeletor calling me daddy? But then you go through the messages and then you see like, why are you trying to make it seem like it's something weird when it's like, this is something y'all call each other daddy, and if this is your daddy, let me know, because I don't need to be your mommy, period. So it was just kind of strange. I think I did get into details about that, but it was one story that I didn't tell y'all yet. But we'll get there one day. But anyway, so when he was hitting me up about him, because this wasn't the first time, like I said, me and Skeletor have had a cool relationship, friendship based from like, you know, me and Skeletor made a cool friendship, but he would defend him when they would be on cool terms. So I'm just thinking like, don't be defending your daddy, because Skeletor would be calling Enemy daddy and Enemy would be like, I don't think he meant it like that. Y'all fucking. So anyway, so yeah, when he hit me up, I'm being very defensive, and I'm like, how am I funny? So he was just like, because I been was trying to tell you. He was like, because I wish I could have told you the real about him, but I didn't want to get into that. He was like, because you my sis and you know I love you, like you my friend or whatever. He was like, but I never want to like tell you everything about Enemy because I met you through him. He was like, but I'm happy you starting to see stuff for yourself. So I'm just like, see what for myself, because even though I'm mad and I do see who he is and who he really is, I still wanted to know more tea, because yeah, why not? So I'm just like, see what, like, what are you talking about? So he started sending messages. He was all like, it was just so much stuff that I felt like you was blinded to because you loved him, but yeah, you deserve better, and I used to feel so bad. I'm like, damn, my sis deserve a good man, and I got a lot of homies that you could have been with that would have been better than Enemy. So I'm like, well, why you never plugged me? He like, laughed myself, you was just so deep in love, nobody could tell you nothing about your enemy. Ha ha ha. You was ready to go to war behind whole LA behind him. And I really was, which was sad. But anyway, so he just telling me all this stuff. We going back and forth, and I'm like, man, that ass nigga. He like, but what he do? Like, why you mad this time? I'm like, I'm cool. Like, I really don't deal with him no more, like at all. Like, I'm cool. This happened. He done took my taxes. Not all of them, but he took a big amount. So I'm like, he took my taxes. He did this. He did that. I'm telling him all that. So he like, damn, that's crazy. So he was like, I'm finna text you. So he ended up texting me or whatever, and we going back and forth, and he just talking all this to me, like telling me everything that happened. And I'm just like, damn. So he ended up calling me. So we got on the phone, we talking for like an hour straight, just going back and forth. And it felt good because it was like I have somebody that I could talk. I was venting to my sister. I ain't gonna say my friends, because who was I venting to? I was venting to my sister, and I would tell her, because she was like really in the situation a lot, because a lot of times when enemy be spending night, my sister be spending night too. So like I'll vent to her about it, but it was like it felt good venting to somebody who actually seen a lot of things he did too. So it just felt good to have somebody you could talk shit with, basically. So me and Skeletor, we on the phone for like an hour. We talking so much shit. He like, yeah, that's why I'd be cool with him. And then this gonna put the icing on the cake, lying, talking about, and the way he treated you, that kind of just threw me off of him even more. Bitch, shut the fuck up, because your motherfucking dumb, tall, linky ass used to be over here talking about some, bruh, just get dropped off. Just get dropped off. No, not bro, daddy, just get dropped off. And I know y'all probably thinking like maybe he has Skeletor numbers, girl names stored under Skeletor name. No. Because one time he called him and he didn't know I was around, and he was like, what you doing, daddy? Daddy. Anyway, so he just talking or whatever. So I bring that up. I'm like, oh, see, I thought y'all would have never fell out. I didn't think you played about your daddy. So he like, man, stop playing with me. Stop playing with you, like you ain't the one who be calling this daddy. So he like, man, stop playing with me. Nah, that was really just my boy. You know, I look at him like my son. He was just like, yeah, I just tried to guide him and help him, but he was a lost cause. It was just so much, like, you know. So I'm telling him, I'm like, you know what, when I first met you, I didn't like you. So he's like, why you didn't like me? I'm like, because like I was like, because when I first met enemy, I thought he was sober, but he just had a good way of hiding it. I was like, but I remember the first time I noticed what y'all was doing, I thought you was a bad influence. Like I thought you was just like a bad out crackhead and have him on some shit. He was like, no, that was not me. What? That was him. He was the one like that, and I know how to control it. Like I do it every now and again, but he we just going back and forth, basically just talking for like an hour. We ended up hanging up the phone. So at this point, days go by and me and Skeletor is still just talking all the time. We literally would talk all the time. Just we're bonding over We Hate Enemy Club. So one day I'm at home chilling, y'all. I'm just in the house chilling, minding my own business, and enemy baby mama, yes, not Kelly, but enemy baby mama had hit me up, and she was like, it was their baby birthday party, and she was like, and I want you to come. I have not got to that part yet where me and enemy baby mama started being cool, and I know that's why I ain't got there. I told y'all, because y'all gonna be like, girl, what the yeah, right, what the fuck. So enemy baby mama had hit me up, and she was just like, hey girl, what you doing today? So I'm like, nothing. She was like, okay, well, it's my baby birthday and I want you to come to the party. So I was like, okay, which one? Because she had other kids. So I'm like, which one? So she was like, the one, you know, she said the one with enemy's name. So I was like, oh, okay, like where y'all having a party at? So she like, oh, at enemy auntie house. So she like, yeah, pull up, girl. I don't give a fuck, like you my friend, pull up, I want you to come. So y'all, I'm over here like, okay, I'm gonna come to the birthday party, I'm gonna do this, like I'm excited, like, you know, I'm gonna come, I'm about to stun on enemy or whatever and just look cute. So why I get dressed, y'all, I didn't have a way there because my car was tripping. I get dressed, I put on some heels. Why I put on heels to go to a 2 or 3 year old birthday party is beyond me. So I put on heels and I told my sister like, come with me, because just in case it's a little setup and I might fight her or whatever, but still come with me. Don't know why we got heels on. I didn't have no way there, so y'all, guess who I hit up? I hit up Skeletor, because we have been bonding and stuff. So I hit up Skeletor and I was like, hey, you want to do me a favor? So he like, what? I'm like, can you take me to this birthday party? So he like, all right, cool, whose is it? So I said enemy baby mama name, which he knows her. So he was like, for which kid? And I was like, enemy kid. He was like, hell no, Symone, what are you doing? Like, so basically he on my head talking shit like, what are you doing? We already have established our We Hate Enemy Club, and why are you trying to double back and go hang out with him and be around him? I'm like, it's not for him. Like, I'm cool with his baby mama. She invited me to the party. So he like, no, Symone, that's stupid as fuck. Like, I'm about to take you up over there, and plus, you know, I don't deal with him. So like, if I go up over there, we gonna be throwing hands. Like, basically me and him gonna be fighting because I don't fuck with him. So I'm like, man, you're not gonna take me. Like, I really just gotta go show myself. I gotta go, y'all. I'm not caring about it being a birthday party. I want to go look the fuck good and let this see that bitch, you can never fuck me again. So anyway, he was just like, nah, he over here talking me out of it like, nah, you stupid. Like, I'm not taking you. So I'm irritated as fuck because I really wanted to go. Like I told y'all, I had my heels on looking a damn fool, and I had these white pants on and a crop top, and it was just a fucking mess. So we was gonna get another right there because I was determined, but that didn't end up working out. But the next day, Skeletor ended up hitting me up, and he was just like, we need to go eat or something. Like, we gotta go talk, vent, you gotta scream something, go to the glizzy range and let some shots out and, you know, get this off your chest. He was like, because yesterday you was finna go make a dumbass move. So I'm just like, oh my God, you right. Mind you, me and Skeletor, we talking every day. So I'm like, you right. You know, you right. I had no business on trying to go there. He like, yeah, and that girl not trying to be your friend. They probably, her enemy probably would have been feeding each other cake in your face and all this other stuff like that. And making you hold the baby. I was just like, you right, you right. So he was like, all right, well, let's go eat. Like, I'm about to come pick you up. So he always would be in a car, but I didn't think he had a car. Cause mind y'all, remember last time I seen Skeletor, he was in my back seat. So I didn't think he really had a car for real. He was dealing with a girl who had a car, so maybe that was her car. Before he said he was gonna pick me up, I was like, oh, well, my car is tripping. I can't even come get you. That's why I had asked you if you could give me a ride yesterday. Because when I was saying give me a ride, it was either whoever he in a car with or whoever car he be using. I was like, yeah, my car tripping. I can't even come get you. He was like, come get me, girl. I'm finna pull up on you. Is you crazy? So I was like, oh, okay. So then he sent me a picture of a steering wheel and he was driving a Jag. So I was like, okay, sure, whatever. So then I don't know why he sent me a picture of the steering wheel. You say picking me up. Okay, clearly you in a car, obviously. This nigga, he asked for my address. I gave him my address. He pulls up bumping music, doing the fucking most. So I'm like, let me go up, hurry up and go outside. I go up outside and he ended up having to get out the car to do something, talking about something. Oh, I think I had scraped the rim when I was turning a corner or something like that. I had to just look at it. G just wanted me to see, he literally just wanted me to see him and what he had on. Which is like, we finna go eat, so I could care less. So we hop in the car or whatever. He was like, oh, where you trying to go? Like, where you trying to go eat at? So I'm like, it really don't even matter. This was your idea. Just pick anywhere. I could care less. Shit, we could go to the Piggly Wiggly for all I motherfucking care. And so he ended up was like, okay, we could go to Chili's. Like, you want to go there? I was like, yeah, cool. He's like, all right, because you could get the Presidente margarita and you could let all this anger out. I was not 21, so maybe he was going, I don't know. Who knows? So anyway, we driving. This nigga driving down Vermont doing the absolute most, talking about let me be careful, this ain't my hood, da 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 da, doing the most. For one, I don't even know why we end up on Vermont. It was no reason why we end up even going on that street. Why is you driving down this way? He driving down the street doing the most. He like, ooh, roll your window up, because I had my window tinted, my window down because it was hot as fuck in the car. It kind of smelled like bounce that ass, and he didn't have no AC on. So he like, oh, roll your window up. Well, this is not my hood, but why is you swerving in and out of lanes and driving down the street any fucking way if this is not your hood? Get to your hood. And why are we going to your hood anyway? Ain't no Chili's up over there. So he ended up driving. He's like, oh, I gotta go to the hood real quick. Like, I gotta go pick up something. So I'm like, all right, whatever. We pull up to the hood. This nigga rolled down all the fucking windows, mine included, was like, what's up, nigga? Like, what you doing? What you on? My thing is, you could have parked and hopped out of the car. You didn't have to pull up on them on my side. And then he went on the wrong side of the street so that he could be on my side. Like, maybe if you would have busted you and went the other way, you could have been on the driver's side and rolled the window down to talk to these people. So he rolled down every single window, even the back ones. Don't know why. I don't know. Maybe he didn't know how to work the car. He talking to them like, oh, what's up? Yeah, no, we finna go eat. Yeah, you remember my sis? And they like, no. The dude like, no. He was like, my sis, she used to be up over here. Like, I'm like, I probably came over here like twice. He was like, yeah, she used to, you know, fuck that weird nigga. He was like, who? He was like, enemy. She was like, you do an enemy? That nigga snitch. You know that nigga snitch. They got paperwork on him. So I'm like, I really don't even care. Cause you know, like, if he was snitching, they got paperwork. Which he used to be like, bro, they claiming they got paperwork on me. Where the paperwork at? Where the paperwork at? So yeah, he basically saying all of that and stuff like that. So I mean, that's what enemy used to say. So when he was like, you know, they got paperwork on him. So I'm like, you know, because I don't care at this point. So he like, yeah, hold on, let me get out the car. So he hop out the car. He like, I'll be right back. You good? And I was like, yeah. But when he says you good and looked at me, I'm just like, why is you just staring at me in the eyes? Get the fuck out the car, Skeletor. So I'm just chilling in the car. I'm on my phone. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on everything because I'm just sitting here trying to figure out why is we still here. This boy come back with people from inside the house and was like, yeah, what's up, y'all? Like, y'all remember my sis? Y'all remember my sis? So they like, that's not your sister, because you know he actually had a sister. He like, nah, like, this my sis, not my sister. Like, you know, she's with enemy. Everybody said the same thing. You know that nigga told on Big Logo? Oh, okay, I guess. You what, the nigga who be telling? I'm like, that's crazy that y'all saying he tell, because literally when I was dating him, y'all used to let this nigga come around. If he was this big tattletale, why y'all was letting him around? But I was just like, oh, okay. And they like, yeah, so you with snitching ass niggas? I'm like, why not blank out snitching? They was like, you with snitching ass ninjas. So I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know he was a snitch. So they like, man, oh, I just laughing, talking shit. So he like, all right, well, I'm gonna see y'all. We finna go eat or something like that. So they like, bro, that's how you doing it? and he just laughing, and I'm just thinking like, boy, do not do too much, because don't try to make it seem like you talking to me, because this ain't it. You my brother and enemy your daddy. So he ended up hopping back in the car, and I'm like, all right, we finna go to Chili's now. Like, you could go to the one in Inglewood, because what other Chili's we finna go to? So he's like, Inglewood? That is not my hood. I'm not going to Inglewood. Like, that's Inglewood. He was like, I'm not going to Inglewood. Like, fuck that. Like, nah, we gonna go to another one. He was like, but before I go there, I gotta pull up to the 30s real quick. Nigga, how many motherfucking places do you gotta pull up to? So he like, I gotta pull up to King Park and go get something real quick. Why do you gotta get something? You could have got all this stuff. So I was like, dang, you could have ran your errands before you got me. So he started laughing. He was like, what, you not trying to be sitting in the car with me? Like, literally, you my sis. What you think? I was like, nah, I'm not trying to not be sitting in the car with you, or I'm not trying to be sitting in the car with you either. But like, you know, basically, like, I'm just saying, like, you could have ran your errands. He was like, yeah, nah, like, who cares if anybody see you in the car with me? Who cares? He's like, actually, that's a good thing. We probably should go pull up everywhere that enemy be, or his friends be, so they could see you in the car with me. That's gonna be good. You know, you wanted to step out and let him see you yesterday. This really gonna make his head hurt. So I was like, nah. You know, because I'm thinking like, why would he worry about you? You know, because you're my brother. You know, I'm not thinking nothing of it. But also the whole time in the car, Skeletor, it's like we be talking on the phone and texting, and it'd be like cool. The whole time in the car, the vibe was just different from when we be like really just vibing over the phone and stuff. So anyway, so he's still driving out. He go pull up to King Park. He had something to do, something he just had to do. Literally, it didn't seem like he had nothing to do. He just talking to people. I'm in the car. He told me, he was like, oh, you could get out the car if it's hot. So I was like, nah, I'm cool, because what do I need to get out the car for? Hurry the fuck up or take me home. So he finally finished doing what he doing. He brought one person to the car like, you remember her? No. So he finally ended up getting in the car. He's like, all right, we finna go to Chili's, but we finna go to one in like Montebello or something. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not tripping, because when you with somebody that is gang affiliate and you don't want to just, if you say you can't go to the one in Inglewood, I ain't going to the one in Inglewood with you. No, I ain't gonna be in no situation and now it's be like, oh, all because I wanted me a fucking 3 for $10. No, like, go to the one you feel safe at. We go to that one. So I was like, all right, whatever. Like, go to the one in Montebello. He's like, is that too far for you? I'm like, shit, nigga, you got face tests. Go to the one literally that you could go to. So we ended up pulling up to Chili's or whatever. We got there, we got the car, and I'm walking to open up the door. So Skeletor ran it, like, open up the door for me. He was like, you ain't gotta open up no door. So I said, bro, stop being weird. I'm like, the fuck? Like, I'm your sister, brother, whatever. Like, we homies. I can open up this damn door for my damn self. Not like that, but like, I don't know, like I said, the vibe just was different. And I'm like, I'm not tripping, but I'm tripping, because it ain't what I think it is. So we ended up sitting down and he was just like, yeah, what you finna get? So I started looking at the menu and I'm looking at the 3 for $10, and it's not because I thought he was a broke bitch or not was a broke bitch, but it's because honestly, that's just what I like. I want them chicken tenders and the corn and all that other shit. So I was like, but it's not 3 for $10 no more. I think it's like 3 for $20. That shit probably was never $10. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but anyway, it was $10. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get the 3 for $10. I'm gonna get this and this. He said a 3 for $10. I was like, yeah. He said, Symone, stop acting like a nigga ain't got no money. Like, I'm paying, like, you know, I got it. He was like, you down right now or something like that? I'm like, no, I just really like the 3 for $10 chicken tenders. So he like, nah, get whatever you want. You can get whatever you want. He was like, I just passed. Like, me and a homie just passed. And let me explain for people who don't understand. Like, passing mean they just came up on some money, not they did. So he was like, yeah, me and a homie, we just passed. So I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, like, he was like, you didn't notice the Jag? I've been in it for a few hours now. I seen the car. He was like, yeah, like, that's why I got my Jag. He was like, I'm gonna get my spot or whatever like that. But Skeletor really didn't need to move because, oh, that's giving too much. You know what? I ain't finna even say all that. But Skeletor, basically, he kind of, I don't know why he was a gangbanger anyway. He came for money. Like, literally, these people have money. So he really was good regardless. Maybe they just want him to make better decisions in life. Who knows? So anyway, he just talking. We at the table now. It's finally getting good. We're talking about enemy like we've been supposed to been doing this whole motherfucking time. I end up ordering what I got. He ordered. He got us some margaritas. Maybe he come here all the time because they didn't even ask to see no ID. Maybe it was because he had like a few tattoos on his face, so they probably felt like, okay, whatever. Who knows? So anyway, we sitting down. We just talking or whatever. Talking shit about enemy. This is the most he done see me lit up all day. I'm like, oh my god, and no, remember that one time? He like, yeah, no. And remember that one time when you thought this and that happened? I said, yeah. He said, oh, do you remember that one time when you was trying to unalive all of us? And I had got out the car because I thought you was a crazy bitch. And I had those girls put up, and I said, yeah, the girl that I was finna fight. He said, that was because enemy was messing with her the whole time. I said, are you serious? He like, yeah. So I'm like, oh my God. So then we started laughing. He said, he telling me so much stuff. He like, oh, and then remember that one time? I said, don't tell me about that one time. He said, Symone, yep, he was fucking on this person at my house. I said, at your house? He like, yep. I'm just like, damn. So now I'm getting even more mad because it's like, this nigga spilling all the tea. The whole time I'm thinking like when times was good, times was never good. Them motherfucking times was bad. So I'm irritated or whatever, but I'm posting like I'm out to eat or whatever. So he was like, yeah, you can post like we out to eat or whatever. You want to take like a selfie or something like that? So I'm like, nah, we ain't got to take a selfie, but I'm going to post you on my Snap. So I end up posting, not like to make enemy mad or nothing like that, but I just post like out to eat with my bro. And I posted on my Snap or whatever like that, right? So, yeah. So anyway, we still just chilling, we talking, we eat our food, I drink my margarita, it's cool. So he was like, oh, before I take you home, he started getting phone calls. Like literally after I posted my Snap, he getting phone calls, and I seen my Snap was screenshotted. I seen who screenshotted it though. So I was just thinking like, oh, maybe she just wanted it screenshotted it. I don't fucking know, because the person who screenshotted it was his baby mama. Mind you, Skeletor is my brother. I hung out with him and his baby mama before we did a double date, and I think I told y'all about that time. But anyway, so she screenshotted it, and he getting phone calls or whatever. But when it was popping up, it wasn't her name, it was somebody else's name. So I'm just thinking like, okay. He like, yeah, everybody just tripping today. So I'm like, what? He was like, I just got a lot to do. He was like, and then he was like, why my baby mama sent me the picture talking about some, she see me like I'm out to eat with you or whatever, like I'm fake. Like basically I'm fake, not he's fake, I'm fake. So I was like, oh, how am I fake? And he was like, I don't know. She be saying anything. He was like, but yeah, you gotta go right back home after this, or like you come with me, because I do gotta go pick up something from her too. So I was like, no, I don't mind, because mind you, this is not my dude, not nothing to me. I'm not talking to this girl. I'm not talking to him. Mind you, him and his baby mama is not together. So we end up leaving or whatever, and we pull up to his baby mama house. So he tried to get out the car, but I hear her talk. He parked a little up the street, and he got out the car, and she talking, and she like, no, what the fuck? Why you trying to pull up? Like, you know, any other time you tell me to come to the car. Why you trying to pull up here and get out the car? No. So she got talking shit. So I'm thinking like, do she think somebody else is with us? Because I know she ain't doing all that for me, because bitch, you know I don't want this nigga. And it ain't even like that. This is my brother. So she ended up coming to the car, and she was like, what's up, Symone? So I was like, oh, what's up, girl? Hey. Hey, girl. So she was like, what y'all go? Y'all went to go eat? I was like, yeah, we was at Chili's. Mind you, you can see Chili's in the picture. I was like, yeah, we was at Chili's. Oh, y'all was at Chili's? Symone, you fake for that. You're fake. I ain't even gonna lie, bitch. You fake for that. So I was like, I'm fake for what? She was like, why y'all didn't take me to Chili's? So I'm like, okay, because I was finna say. So I was like, girl, he ended up taking me to Chili's. I was like, I don't know if he been telling you. I said, but girl, we've been literally talking every day. He been helping me get through the whole shit that I've been going through with enemy. I just started talking. I'm like, girl, and yeah, so and yesterday I was gonna try to go to his baby birthday party. She like, girl, what? I was like, yeah, he told me not to go. So we went out to eat basically so I could just vent and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if he been telling you or not, but like, yeah. So I was like, girl, you could have came. Like, she was like, no, he ain't been telling me. Why you ain't been telling me? So he laughing and like awkwardly scratching his head. She's like, why you ain't been telling me you and Symone be talking every day about enemies? So he was like, because like, I don't know what the fuck I gotta tell you for. Like, I'm just be helping my sis out. She's like, oh, okay, whatever. She's like, but where y'all finna go right now? Like, y'all finna just hang out and roll around and stuff like that? So I was like, I think he finna take me home after this. Like, literally, he said he just gotta pull up on you to get some. She's like, yep, he sure do gotta get something. She's like, Symone, well, since you be talking to my baby daddy every day, maybe sometimes when he don't pick up his phone, you can come watch our baby. So I was like, oh girl, I don't mind, because mind you, at this point, I did not mind. I have my little sister, so I'm like, oh yeah, she can come over anytime. I don't mind. So she's like, yeah, you can watch her then, since y'all be hanging out and talking every day, since y'all like best of friends and stuff, all of a sudden, like, y'all, you can watch her. So I was like, yeah, like whatever. Mind you, she clearly being shady, but this shit is going over my head at this time. So I'm like, yeah, whenever, just let me know, girl. Like, you know, she come by, I'm like, I'm my little sisters, they love playing, all this other stuff. Like, she come over, it's cool. I got little cousins, she'll be fine. Yeah. You didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell? She's like, yeah, She's like, and yep, Skeletor, I like Symone. She cool as fuck too. He's like, yeah, that's my sis. Like, you know, she like, she my sis too. So I could just see the animosity and the weirdness between them, but I'm just thinking like, okay. So they still going, like, they going back and forth like weirdness. He like awkwardly smiling. He would not stop scratching his head when he talking to her. And she just got an attitude with it. Like, yeah, she your sis, she my sis. And she could be watching our baby too, because sometimes you don't answer the phone. Y'all, I just start rolling the window up. Because this clearly a conversation y'all having. It ain't got nothing to do with me. So next thing you know, I guess she must have noticed after them going back and forth a little bit, I rolled the window. So she started knocking on the window. She like, somebody roll the window down. Roll the window down. So I was like, okay. Window going down. So I'm like, hey girl. I know she probably was like, bitch, stop saying hey to me. So I'm like, hey girl. And she was just like, yeah, why you roll the window up? I'm like, cause y'all having y'all little conversation or whatever like that. That ain't had nothing to do with me. She's like, no, it didn't. She was like, but you know what? You know what? Take me to go get something to eat. She's like, Symone, where your car at? So I'm like, my car at home, but it's tripping, girl. I need some brakes. She's like, oh, ask Skeletor to get you some brakes. So I was like, girl, I ain't even ask him to give me no brakes. She's like, might as well ask him to give you some brakes. He be hitting you up every day. So I was like, but now I wouldn't ask him to buy me no brakes. So she was like, can you take me to get something to eat? So he like, man, you got food in your house. Like, nah, I ain't doing all that. She was like, I want to go get something to eat too. Y'all ate, so why I can't eat? So he was like, you could eat, bro, but like, why are you trying? Oh, I'm your bro? Oh, I'm your bro now? I'm just thinking like, what the fuck is going on? So at this point, I'm making videos. I'm just start making videos on Snap, but I'm like just, you know, videos without sound. I'm gonna take the sound off. Of course, I'm just like doing like selfie videos. So she's like, Symone, you messy as hell. And now she recording this. So I'm like, I'm not recording y'all. I'm making videos, but I'm like, I'm taking the sound off, girl. You good. Don't worry about it. So she was just like, yeah, I want to go get something to eat. Take me to get something to eat. So then I was just, so he was like, man, get in the car. So I was like, you want to get in the front? She's like, girl, you in the front. You can stand in the front. I don't got to get in the front. So I was like, you sure? Like, you can get in the front. I'm not tripping. I can get in the back seat. I'm like, I'm probably going to make videos and stuff like that too. She was like, I'm going to stand in front. Because she's like, I'm going to stand in the back. She's like, I want to be in your video. Post me on Snap too. Now this is getting very freaking weird. So I was just like, okay, girl. Okay, girl. I don't know why I just kept growing her, because I'm just like, the fuck is wrong with this bitch? So anyway, he get in the car. He's like, where you trying to go eat? She's like, I don't know, but can you take me to the Slauson? He like, the Slauson? What we finna go to the Slauson for? She's like, I want to go to the Slauson because you said that you was gonna go. She was like, you said you was gonna get, talking about their daughter. She's like, you was gonna get her jewelry out and pay it off so we could go get her jewelry. And you passed and you got all this money. So why can't you go get it? You could go out to eat. You could go to Chili's and do all this other stuff. So why can't you get her jewelry out? Take me to the Slauson. So he like, man, all right, whatever. So we start going to the Slauson. So when after she said that, he's like, man, whatever. I said, girl, I know that's right. And she's like, yeah, he could go out to eat and all this other stuff. Because just the other day, he was out to eat with this one bitch. And she started like poking at his head. And it's crazy because this is how small of a world is. Because the guy that I did the story time about, the rapper that I did the story time about, he ended up having a baby with this girl later on down the line. Not Skeletor baby mama, but the girl Skeletor was dating, and clearly who the car this we was in. So he was like, yeah, she was out with this one bitch, and she was like, and this probably her car. He was like, man, stop saying this. This is not her car. This is not her car. She was like, yeah, whatever. I pulled up to the Slauson and we walking. Mind you, I'm walking like not side by side with them. So she's like, Symone, why are you walking so fast? And she's like, come back here. So then she walking, she put her arm around me or whatever, and she was like, Skeletor, you want to get in the middle of us? So he was like, man, come on, which one you got? Like, which one her jewelry at? Like, let's get it. Like, hurry up. So we go to the jewelry store. And she like, it's this one. So she tell the people like, you know, she want to pay the rest of it to get the jewelry out. Which, I mean, that is kind of messed up though. If you did pass and you got a lot of money and you went and got you some jewelry, why you couldn't get your daughter shit out? So anyway, so he paying it and I'm just looking at stuff or whatever. So then she was like, oh, Symone looking to get something. Let me look to get something too. What the fuck is your problem, bitch? So when she said that, I was like, I just ignored it because I'm thinking like, oh, maybe she think I'm about to buy me something. Cause I was just looking at the rings and like the names and nameplates and stuff. So she looking at something. She was like, I want this. He was like, man, I'm not buying you that. She's like, oh, but you gonna buy some. You about to buy Symone something? Symone, what you finna get? And he was like, I'm not finna buy her nothing. I was like, girl, no, I'm just looking at stuff. She was like, oh, because I thought he was out here just spending money. Because I was finna say, he not finna not spend it on me and his kid if that's the case. So I was just like, girl, no, literally, we just went to Chili's because you kind of doing the most over this Chili's meal. That's why I should have got that 3 for $10 and not that damn pasta because look how she acting. So I was just like, oh, nah, girl, like, I'm not getting that. So when we leaving out the Slauson, guess who we run into, y'all? We ran into Enemy's auntie. So she looked at us and she didn't say nothing. She just shook her head. So Skeletor was like, oh, what's up to her? Like, what's up, such and such? And she didn't say shit. She just kept walking. I wasn't finna speak to her neither because, like, it wasn't, like, no big beef or whatever like that. But it's just still, like, fuck you and your whole family at this point. So I really didn't want to talk to her. So I didn't. So we ended up leaving out or whatever, right? Why when I get home, I'm not home for that much long? Oh my god, I start getting text messages from Enemy. I ain't talked to Enemy in so long. Oh, you's a weird bitch, da 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 da. Weird hoes, weird this. Oh, you was with Skeletor, my auntie, my TT seen you, da 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 da. She seen you and you was with Skeletor and his baby mama, and da 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 da. You're so weird, blah 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 blah. And I was like, boy, what the fuck is you talking about, bitch? Don't text my motherfucking phone. You already know what's up with me, bitch, cause I'll pull up on you right motherfucking now. That's all I needed was the fuel to the fire. So I'm sending Skeletor the screenshots, and I'm like, you see this? Like, do you see this? He was like, man, don't even respond to him. He weird. He just want a response out of you. He was like, but shit, that's gonna make him mad. So I'm like, nah, he got me fucked up. So I ended up texting him back, and I was like, man, Skeletor is I said, Skeletor is your daddy, bitch. Stop playing with me. And I know Skeletor, right, was like, why is you... So I was like, stop playing with me or whatever. So we going back and forth, and he just was telling me, Skeletor called me like, Symone, stop. Put the phone down. Do not respond to him. So I'm like, man, you right. We on the phone. We just laughing it up and kikiing and stuff like that. So I ended up posting the messages or whatever, because I don't know how to not believe in my business, like I told y'all. I ended up posting the messages, and I was just like, he sounds stupid as fuck. Like, that's literally my bro. And I was like, and I really thank him for being here for me at this time, right? So why would I post that? Here goes Skeletor baby mama talking about some, oh my God, not enemy hitting you up. So I'm like, right, girl. And she was just like, girl, you know you could call me sometimes. You don't gotta call Skeletor. She's like, cause honestly, he fake as fuck, and they probably gonna be cool again, like, eventually. And he gonna start getting weird towards you. So I was like, okay, like, what? Why do you want me to call you, you nosy bitch? One thing about his baby mama, she was so freaking nosy. She wanted to be in everybody's business. So she's like, you could call me. She's like, cause Skeletor is really fake. And she was just like, you gotta be careful around him too. So I'm like, why? Mind you, I'm on the phone with him the whole time she's talking. So I'm like, why? She was like, because he's so fake. Like, you just can't trust him for real. Like, that's why I was kind of feeling some type of way. She was like, because like he called you his sis, you're my sis too. Since when? She was like, you my sis too. She was like, but I just want you to be careful. Like, don't trust him. Like, you really can't trust Skeletor. She was like, that nigga is not really your brother. Like, that's not your brother. So I was like, okay, well, like, good looking out. You know, because I don't understand where this shit is going. Like, why you feel some type of way or whatever. So next thing you know, days go by, me and him still talking. I didn't tell him what his baby mama said because I didn't want it to be like drama for no reason at all. Like, you know, whatever she said, what she said. But at the end of the day, this is a person like I'm venting to. It's not that deep for me though. But like, yeah, this is just my homeboy or whatever, right? So fast forward, one day Stank is at my house. So we chilling and stuff like that. And Skeletor ended up hitting me up and asking what I was doing. Because I'm posting videos of me and her twerking and shit on Snapchat. And just doing the most. So he was like, what I'm doing? I'm like, I'm just chilling with my homegirl. So he was just like, okay, I'm about to come pull up on y'all. Like, I'm about to come just pull up real quick. So I was like, all right, yeah, you come pull up or whatever. So he asked me about the hood I stay in. Because he picked me up from over there. But he was like, how do it be? Like, dudes just be outside or what it is? I'm like, nah, you good. Like, on my street, you good. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So he was like, all right, cool. And I was like, and even if you feel uncomfortable, like, you could literally pull in the driveway. So he ended up pulling up or whatever, and we go outside. Stank is like, oh, I want to talk to him. I want to talk to Skeletor. He cute as fuck. I want to talk to him. So I'm like, girl, that's my bro. I'm like, but honestly, I think he got a girlfriend for real. And I was like, and plus, him and his baby mama got like a weird thing going on. So no, I'm not hooking you. I'm not doing that. Like, you could talk to anybody else but him. Like, that's not gonna happen or whatever. Like, no. So anyway, he ended up pulling up, we talking and stuff like that. She is doing the most. She posted him on Snapchat, like without him looking, because I'm sitting in front seat, she's sitting in the back, we just talking shit. She posted him on Snapchat just doing weird shit, right? So then next thing you know, she was like, dude, he got some trees. So he was like, oh no, I don't smoke for real, but like I could take you to go get some. So she was like, okay, like yeah, can you take us to go get some or whatever? So we pull up to this person's house or whatever. He like, all right, I'm gonna be right back. He literally get out, but it's a popping ass neighborhood. It's a lot going on. It's nighttime though, right? So he get out the car or whatever, and he go talking to them or whatever. I'm posting when he driving, right? I was posting like driving down the street, and I was like outside in traffic, like who else outside? Basically because I'm not trying to hang out with Skeletor the whole time, and whoever else hit me up and be like, oh, pull up or come do this, then I'm gonna go link with them. So I'm thinking like, okay, when he drop us back off, we go pull up with somebody else. So I'm putting like sliding in traffic, who outside, all this other stuff like that, right? So then after that, I'm still just posting like little stuff on Snap, because I used to post so much on Snap. So I'm posting me and Stank in the back seat, and well, her in the back seat, me in the front seat, and we just like singing because we had the music still playing. Then I post us talking, and I'm like, we just saying little stuff. So I'm like, we trying to be outside. I'm like, right now we with my bro, but I'm not trying to be with my bro for long. I'm like, so what we finna do? And she kept telling me like, put her Snapchat name because she wanted people to follow her, right? So I'm noticing the person who's viewing my Snap like crazy is who? Snapchat baby mama. Skeletor. It's Skeletor baby mama. So I'm just thinking, because she like, okay, one thing about it is like, I don't know, if I'm not doing nothing, if my snaps are just real repetitive and I'm not really doing shit, she not viewing for real. She'll view one and be like, okay. But when she seen like I was posting like I'm outside, oh, she is viewing, because I guess she needs to see what's going on. So anyway, he had an MCM backpack in the back seat. So here goes Stank. Here goes Stank. She over here like putting a backpack up, and she's like, yeah, we outside. No, she just was being funny, and she's like, okay, I got this. She's like, who need it right now? Who trying to buy this MCM backpack for like $50? Just saying like little funny stuff. So I'm laughing. I'm like, bitch, you so stupid. But we're just putting all this on Snap, right? So Next thing you know, Skeletor ended up calling me, and he was just like, what y'all doing? Like, what y'all doing? You straight? I was like, yeah, we good. He was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be back in a minute. He was like, can you put my backpack under, he was like, can you put my backpack in the front seat? So I was like, okay. You know, I'm just thinking, like, why did he randomly say that? Mind you, he's not viewing my snaps, so I'm like, all right. So I was like, okay, cool. So we in the car, he's still just gone for a long ass time. So Stank was like, oh, let's get up out the car. I'm like, girl, no, I don't know who hood this is. She like, oh, I'm gonna get up out the car. I want to meet somebody. You not trying to hook me up with him. I'm trying to meet somebody then. She's like, I'm trying to meet somebody. And she like, and plus I want to post in my snap like I'm in the hood. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I left his backpack in the back because we finna get out the car, even though we not going nowhere. But I left it in the back seat and we hop out the car or whatever. Sitting around, she's like, can you record a video of me? So I was like, okay, I'm recording a video of her. And she was like, when your man got you in the hood late night. And then I'm just like laughing right in the background. She posted it on Snap. Y'all, tell me the fuck why. We over here, she like, somebody screenshotted my snaps. Who is this? This person, I think this person came from you. So I was like, who? Let me see. Y'all, it's Skeletor's baby mama. She's screenshotting Stank snaps. Oh my god, I keep slipping up during this story and saying these people's names. She's screenshotting the snaps. So I'm like, but mind you, she do this a lot because one time when we was hanging out on my birthday, it was all of us and it was a picture. It was a me, enemy, Skeletor, and like some other people, and my sister's in the picture, and she went and followed my sister and my sister's page was private. She went and followed my sister, viewed her page, and did all this shit just to see like, oh, you got my baby daddy on your page type shit, like who are you? So she do stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, because I literally had said I was with my bro. So she went and go viewed her shit and she's seeing that, right? So next thing you know, she ended up hitting me up and she's like, Symone, who is that bitch? So I was like, who is who? She was like, who is that bitch you with? So I was like, because when she said, who's that bitch? I'm thinking like, maybe she see a girl in the background, she asking or something. So I was like, who? She like, who that bitch you with? So I was like, my homegirl. And she and I was like, with a question mark. She was like, yeah, who is that? And she was like, send me your number right now. Because she don't got my number. She like, send me your number right now. Send me your number right now. So I'm like, why? What's up? Like, what's going on? She was like, sis. She like, send me your number. So I'm just like, Skeletor baby mama asking me about you. Like, why she asking me about you? She's like, girl, I don't know. That's weird. So I'm like, right? So it slipped my mind. A lot of things was not putting two and two together, y'all. And I did not give her my number. She in my DMs like, yeah, where y'all at? I'm about to pull up right now. Y'all still up over there. Stay right there. I'm finna pull up right now. I'm finna beat that bitch ass. Symone, you fake as fuck for that. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm like, fake for what? I said, fake for what? What are you talking about? And why are you trying to fight my homegirl? She was like, oh, you know I'm trying to fight your homegirl. She like, you putting bitches on to my baby daddy? You're weird as fuck. Like, that's your friend. Like, she just kept saying, that's your friend. Like, basically, like, this is not somebody he got you around that he dealing with. Like, that's your friend. So I said, my friend do not talk to him. What is you even talking about? I'm like, my friend do not talk to him. I said, what are you talking about? I said, girl, you doing too much. Like, she do not talk to him. She do not want to talk to him. So she was like, okay, bet, I'm finna pull up. So I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with her? So I'm telling Stank, like, Stank, why is she over here trying to think that you talk to her baby daddy? I guess because you in the car. So she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, she's talking about something. We should stay right here. She finna come pull up and beat your ass. I was like, girl, she's so weird. Like, she not finna come pull up. She's so weird. But I'm like, low-key, she probably might because she kind of crazy. So I'm like, let me call Skeletor and tell him to, like, let's leave. So she was like, why does she think I talked to him? I was like, I don't know. And I was like, you said she screenshot your snap. I'm like, you literally didn't post shit but his backpack and then put you in the hood. She was like, bitch. I was like, what? Mind you, we in a car together. I'm not viewing her snaps. She was like, I posted him. Like, I posted a picture of him driving and was like, bae, why the f would you do that? She was like, because I wanted to make this nigga mad, so I posted a picture of him driving and said, bae, and like, you could just see the side of his face. First of all, if this was somebody she was dealing with, wouldn't she be in the front seat? If she was dealing with your baby daddy, why am I in the front and she in the back? So I'm like, that's why she said that. I said, why would you post that? I said, girl, oh my God, like, why would you post that? She was like, girl, I was just trying to make him mad. Like, I'll delete it right now. I'll delete it right now. I'm like, she already done seen the shit. So I just wrote back to her and I was just like, she do not talk to your baby daddy. She just posted that trying to make somebody mad. She's like, don't worry about it. I'm putting my sneakers on right now. I'm finna come beat that bitch up. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I end up calling Skeletor, like, Skeletor, where are you? Because mind you, so many people outside, but he not outside. We literally over here talking. We standing in the street, which I'm like, we should get out the street because if this hoe pull up, I don't know how crazy this girl really is. So I'm like, we should get about the street, whatever. I'm trying to call Skeletor. He not answering the phone. This shit pissing me off because I'm like, I don't know which house he went to. So I'm like, we could go walk up to people and ask them if Skeletor here. So we end up walking up to these dudes. They was outside playing playing a game on the ground where you roll something and you throw it, and then yeah, if you get 7, you're getting lucky, you getting the money, you know, because they be tripping over here. So I'm like, do y'all see Skeletor? He like, who? I'm like, Skeletor, is he right here? Like, do you know how Skeletor went inside? Who? That nigga who? Skeletor. Do you know where Skeletor went? So the one dude was like, the tall, lanky looking nigga. So I'm like, oh, yeah. He like, yeah. Oh, why would they say that? And he said his hood name different than what I said. So he was like, yeah. Bro, he in the house. So I'm like, he like, oh, man, you making me fuck up. Get from over here. Basically telling us to leave because me talking to him was making him lose. This is like a very... This is not, it's not even a strategic with this game. Like, if you gonna roll and lose, that's what's gonna happen regardless. So he was just like, yeah, get from over here. So I'm like, damn, they rude as fuck up over here. So I try to call, we start walking up the street. I'm like, let's just go inside of this house and see if he inside here. So she like, we cannot go inside this house. I'm like, this house literally looks like a trap. We could walk up in there. It's okay. And I was like, let's just go up in there. So we go up in this house, y'all. When I tell you it was a trap. It was crazy. We walk up in this house. It's very strange in the inside. So I'm like, we could try to find him in here. I was like, you know what I think happened? She's like, what? Because mind you, people looking at us like, what the fuck y'all doing in here? So I'm like, I think what happened, I said, I told you Skeletor used to be on that booger shit with enemy. That nigga probably somewhere sniffing his life away right now. She was like, are you serious? You think he would have did that? Mind you, he made Stank pay for her tree, so she gave him money. I said, yeah, he probably did. Like, he probably did. So I'm like, oh my God, because he been gone for so long. So I'm like, oh my God, like, we kind of run out of time because his baby mom finna come over here and whoop Stank ass. So I'm like, all right, let's try to go find him. So we looking through the house or whatever like that. She like, I'ma just hit his baby mama up because we can't even find him. We go to the backyard, y'all. It's some very weird crack shit going on back there. So it's dark as fuck. So I'm like, oh, I think that's him right there. I don't know like how you think somebody is him, but it was just a tall dude with a hoodie on. So I was like, oh, let me go up over there. I'll go up over there. And the dude, when he turned around, he looked like motherfucking Jeepers Creepers the way he looked at me. And I said, oh shit. So I'm like, girl, let's just go back to the car. She's like, I'ma just hit her up. I'ma hit the baby mama up. So one boy ended up coming up to us like, hey, what the fuck? Who y'all here with? Who y'all here with? So I'm like, oh, we here with Skeletor. Who? Skeletor. So then I said his name like how Odu said his name. So I'm like, him, like baby loco newborn this. He like, oh, the homeboy, why y'all up in here then? Like, why y'all up in here? Why he tell y'all to come up in here then? He know I just don't be wanting people in my house. Niggas like 10,000 fucking crackheads up in here doing some strange shit. What the hell you mean you don't want people in your house? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. I was like, but we kind of looking for him because we got to go. He was like, well, why y'all looking for him here? Y'all can't call him. Y'all came with him. Like, y'all just got dropped off. Like, what? Why would y'all come up in here? Who told y'all to come up in here? So I'm like, we could leave. Like, we literally just looking for him. He was like, yeah, that nigga next door. He next door. Like, he don't be up in here. Like, he don't be up in here. He know I don't be wanting people in my house. So, like, next time, y'all not come up in my house? So I was like, all right. He was like, y'all could have knocked, asked anybody, but like, y'all just came up in here. Like, they telling me, they stopping what I'm doing, telling me to come. Like, it's 2 girls, 2 feds. The feds is literally walking through your house. Like, I'm over here thinking like, what the feds walking through? Now, come on now, bro. We ain't walking through this motherfucker with no suits on or getting blue with badges. Why did you say, who said that? So I'm like, the feds? He was like, yeah, like, you just never know. They got me thinking the feds up in my house. Like, I was literally finna glizzy y'all down. So I'm like, you said he next door, right? He's like, yeah, he next door. So we start walking to go back through the house. He said, nah, y'all go through the side gate. I don't want people in my house that I don't know. Nigga, we already walked through the house. Let us go back through. He's like, go through the side gate. So we go to the side gate. This motherfucking gate is like a gate that you gotta unhinge the thingy, and then it's dirt, so we trying to pull it. You gotta lift. I'm not knowing that because I don't know this gate, so we trying to pull it. It's stuck. He said lift the gate. You gotta lift the shit up to open the gate. Lift the gate. Why is y'all so mean up over here? So he like, lift the gate. Lift the fucking gate, cuz. So I'm like, bro, at this point I was like, let's just hop in. He like, lift the fucking gate. We start lifting the gate up. Cause who the fuck is he talking to? Bro, we could have just walked through the house. Why is you acting weird? So we end up lifting up the gate and going through or whatever. We didn't even get to open it that much because you gotta damn near pick this heavy ass gate up to even open it. So we lift up a little bit and squeeze through. And we start walking off. You hear him, close the fucking gate. Nigga, you close your gate. Fuck you. So Stank started going back to close. I said, girl, let him close his gate. She like, no, we already got one problem. I'm not trying to have no other one. So she went back to close it. She over here having a hard time because now from the outside, it's harder to even lift the gate and close it. So I'm just like, oh my God, we got to go in the house next door and go get Skeletor. We got to go. Like, you know. So she like, I'm going to hit his baby mama up. So I'm like, no, don't even hit her up. It's pointless. Like, I know her, she's crazy. And she was like, well, if you know her, then why is she not believing you? I'm like, I don't know, because I mean, you posted her baby daddy was your boyfriend, and then you posted when your man got you in the hood. So yeah, I could see why she don't believe me. So she was like, oh my god, like she just so stressed out, like she was stressed. And I'm just like, all right, we gotta find him. So we go outside. I don't know why this street was so motherfucking active. Like if y'all had enemies, they know exactly where to find y'all. Sit in here. We start to walk next door, and I was like, let me try to call him again. I stopped at the gate because this house, it was too many people in the front yard. Some weird, like it was just too gang banged out for me to be walking up in there late night. I'm like, we already had an issue walking in the other house. You know what? Let me try to call him again. So I'm trying to call the phone, and he's still not answering. What the fuck is going on? At this point, he in cahoots with his baby mama, and he's just trying to see a fight. So she like, you really think she'll pull up and fight me? I'm like, yeah, and with somebody that's gonna record, because she literally posts a fight video every week. Like, she's gonna fight you. So I know I wasn't making it no worse, because I'm like irritated, but I'm just like, when I'm talking to her, just calm. So she's just so stressed out. So she's like, I'm just about to hear, I hit her up just now. I just hit her up and said, hey, I'm so sorry. She was like, do this sound bad? Do this sound bad? I'm like, do what sound bad? She's like, I just said, hey, I'm so sorry, but I do not talk to Skeletor. I was just being immature, trying to make somebody that I talk to mad. Skeletor loves you, and he's been talking about you all night, and he would never cheat on you, and I wouldn't talk to him. I said, I said, don't send that. She's like, I already did. Why the fuck would you lie? I said, why would you send that and lie? I said, why would he talk about her all night? They not even together. She's like, then why is she doing all this if they not together? I'm like, I don't know. She just do whatever she does. I said, but they not together, so why lie? And now she gonna think we've been sitting up talking shit about her. So she like, bitch, what the fuck y'all talking about me for? I'm like, oh my god, you making it worse. Y'all, she started hitting me up. She's like, Symone, send me your number right now. Your friend just told me y'all was sitting up talking shit about me. I said, bro, you making it worse. So with me, she keep just writing me talking about send me your number. I'm really finna come beat the fuck out that bitch now. I'm finna come slap her. Da-da-da-da. But she writing to her talking about, you better be ready, because I'm finna come whoop your motherfucking ass right now. She's like, why does she keep saying she coming right now? I thought she would have been here. So I'm like, because she ain't got no car. She clearly waiting on a ride or something. Who knows? But I'm like, you better hope her ride don't come through, because she's really gonna come fight you like she says she is. He's standing outside the house. So she's like, come on, let's just go in the house. Let's go in the house. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm not really trying to go up in there. So somebody was just like, who y'all looking for? So I'm like, we looking for Skeletor. He like, oh, Skeletor? Because I thought I was gonna have to repeat this shit again like everybody else did. Y'all acting like this dude is a ghost and I'm making some shit up. And he was like, yeah, we looking for Skeletor. So he was like, oh, okay, he in the house. Y'all want me to go get him, or are you trying to go up in there? So I was like, could we go in there? Because I really wanted to catch him in the act doing some shit, so I could be like, brother. So she was like, he like, yeah, come in the gate. Like, y'all can go up in there. Y'all saw a big ass motherfucking dog roaming this motherfucking gate. And it barked at us a few times. I'm like, y'all put the dog in? He like, nah, this his house. He ain't gonna do shit. I hated this his house ass dog on there. I get it, but you know that gonna do something. So I'm just like, oh my god. So we start going through the gate. She like, come on, we holding on to each other. This sniffing us. I'm like, oh, I'm stressed out. He's like, he could smell the fear on you. Just be cool. Just be cool. Nigga, just hold the dog. So we end up going in the house or whatever. It's a busy house. It's like family in the living room watching TV. So I don't even know where to go. They're looking at us and then they go back to doing what they doing. They watch TV, the kids playing, and somebody just talking, smoking a cigarette. They just having a conversation. It's a lot going on in this living room and nobody said nothing to us to where to go. So I'm like, I don't know where we should go. So then I kind of peeked back through the door and I asked the dude that was on the porch, and I was like, do you know where he at in the house? He was like, yeah, he upstairs. Why are y'all so mean? So I'm just thinking like, what the they so mean for? So I go upstairs or whatever and we go up there. I'm thinking like, damn, I should have asked him which room. We stopped mid stairway. I'm like, I should have asked him which room. And we stand there just staring at each other, and I was like, come on, let's just go at this point, because let's figure it out. So we walk up, we open a door, and it was somebody on the phone, and it was a girl on the phone on the bed, and she look at us, we look at her, she look at us, and she was like, get the fuck out. So we closed the door. I'm like, bro, this is too much. It was like a whole bunch of loudness coming from one room, so I'm like, clearly this is the room he up in. So we go try to open up the door is locked. So I start knocking. I'm like, just knock on the door. She's like, how you know if it's him up in here? I'm like, man, come on. So I'm knocking, but I'm knocking soft. She's like, Symone, knock a little hard. They probably can't even hear it. So I'm like, Skeletor, come out. It's Symone. Skeletor. I'm knocking on the door, and I'm trying to call him still or whatever. So next thing you know, why this motherfucker answer finally? He finally answers the motherfucking phone. Bitch, you hear me outside screaming your name. So he was like, oh, what's up? Like, I didn't even see you call. So I was all like, Skeletor, you gotta come on. Like, we gotta go. I'm outside the door. Can you just open up the door? He was like, you outside what door? Like, the house? Like, just ask some niggas to let you in the house. I'm like, no, I'm outside the room door. He like, what room door? The room you're in. He's like, you outside the room door I'm in? So I was like, yeah. Cause you know you just heard me. And he was like, let me see. So he opened the door. He was like, what the fuck? Like, what you doing? How you even get up in here? I was like, it's a long story, but we gotta go. So here goes Stank. Come on, can you call your baby mama? Can you call her? He's like, call my baby mama. Call her for what? So I was all like, man, your baby mama wanna fight her. He was like, what she wanna fight her for? I was like, because she think that you talk to her. He was like, the way he looked at Stank, it was like, why would she think that? Yo, I was like, because she seen me with you and see me with, like, she see I got a girl around us and she think that, like, you talk to her or whatever. So she want to come fight Stank. So she was like, he was like, man, she gonna have to wait because I'm doing something right now. I was like, and then you said you was just getting some treat for her and like taking us back, like you had us outside for a long time. Literally, we probably, this whole time this dude been gone, it's been like an hour. So he was like, I know, I'm just doing something. It's like some money on the line real quick. Like, you know, we just getting to play together. Not like a musical, y'all. So I'm like, okay, well, you know how long it's gonna be, because like literally your baby mama on the way right now. She finna come beat her up, and that's not what she finna do. So she like, you just call her. So he like, I know my baby mama, like she wouldn't just think that. Like, why do she think that? Like, that's weird. And I was like, she ain't try to call you or anything like that. He was like, yeah, she have, but like I ain't answered the phone. So I was like, yeah, just like you didn't answer my call. He like, I didn't see you call. He was like, and that's probably because when my baby mama was calling, I ended up just like putting my phone down, like I didn't want to talk to her. So I was like, okay, well, can we just go? Like, he drop us off and y'all get y'all play together later. He was like, nah, this some big money right here. Like, we just gotta get the play together. These niggas ain't talking about no motherfucking play. Literally, ain't no play going on. Broadway play, LA play, whoever the play, I don't know. This was not going on. This nigga's a liar. So I'm just thinking like he's in cahoots. He's probably the cameraman every time his baby mama be fighting once a week, because it's not making sense. So here goes Stank. She on her phone and she just typing really fast. So I'm like, yeah, they going back and forth right now. That's why she typing like that. He was like, but why do she think that? Like, I know her. Like, she not just finna think nothing like that. Like, she crazy, but she not that crazy. Like, why does she think that? So I'm like, man, it's just a lot. Like, she just, I don't know. I'm not trying to say what Stank did, but I'm like, I don't know. So he was like, nah, like, it gotta be something. Like, why she think that is weird. So I was like, well, basically, we had got the car and Stank just posted, like, when your man got you in the hood, like, you know, just being funny or whatever. So he's like, but why would she think that I'm her man? Like, that's not. I said, well, why don't you ask her? I don't know. Like, you know, I'm trying to lie because I didn't want to say, well, my weird ass friend posted you and said that you was her man. But yeah. So he was just like, nah. So she writing fast. So here goes Stank. I just told your baby mama, like, she could reach out to you and ask you, like, we right here with you. She could just ask you herself. Why the do you keep telling her this? So he was like, why would you hear her? Why was you even talking to her? I was like, I keep telling her to stop. Now she think we was sitting up talking about her because she told her like that you love her and you was talking about her all night. He said, why the fuck would you tell her that? I was like, she just was trying to make it better because you're not answering the phone. Like, you just take us home. So he like, man, she not finna come over here. She ain't even got no car. You think somebody finna go wake up out their bed to go pull up on her to bring her up over here? I was like, I mean, shit, she get to these fights any other time. I'm sure this is what they're gonna do. So he was just like, nah, I'm not finna go do that. Y'all, every time Stank hit his baby mama, she hit me up. So she like, oh, bitches want to be real funny. Bitches want to be real funny. And she sent me a screenshot of what Stank said. I'm with her. She was like, bitches want to be real funny. Talking about I'm with your baby daddy right now. So the bitch trying to rub it in my face. She with my baby daddy right now. Why is you twisting everything this girl saying? Literally, you twist when she said he be talking about you and saying he love you, and they gonna say, oh, y'all talking shit about me. When she said you could call him and ask him right now, do not talk to him, we're with him right now, you gonna say, oh, she said she with my baby daddy. So I'm like, yeah, she's literally nuts, bro. I'm like, shit, she's crazy. Look what she just said. She keeps switching it. And he was like, yeah, just stop hitting her up. So he talking, he just laughing. He like, she not finna come, but we literally finna leave in like 5 minutes. We finna leave 5 minutes. So then he laughing. Next you know, his phone start ringing again. He was like, see, y'all got this bitch blowing me up. He look at his phone and it's not his baby mama. It's not her. It's the girl who had the baby with the rapper that I did the story time on. So she calling. He like, hold on real quick. This my bitch. This her. He like, this my bitch, Justin. This my bitch. Hold on real quick. He answered the phone. He like, hello? What you doing, baby? He like, hello? He's like, I knew your ass was finna call. I'm gonna be back in a minute. I was just with my sis real quick, and I just had to get something for her and her homegirl. So he like, wait, what? What the fuck? Like, I'm sitting here, so I'm like, what's going on? Cause yeah, like, what's going on? And he just talking, he like, hell nah, fuck no, that bitch ugly as fuck. Come on now, stop playing with me. Da 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 da. No, I'll come right now. Da 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 da. No, don't do all of that. Man, fuck that. You already know. Da da da. He talking shit. So I'm thinking like, what bitch ugly? Like, man, nah, that bitch is not my type. Like, she not even know. That ain't no boss bitch. That's a sad bitch. Da 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 da. He just talking shit. I'm thinking like, who is he talking about? And why is they getting into it now? Like, what the fuck? So he's like, man, fuck that. Yeah, I'm on the way right now. So he started walking past us. He hang up the phone. He's like, come on, let's go. So I'm like, what happened? So we run up the stairs because this nigga damn near jumped down every fucking stair to the last one. So I'm running down the stairs. I'm like, what happened? He going fast through the yard, and I'm trying to walk slow because I'm like, damn, this motherfucking dog. So I'm like, what happened? He like, man, we gotta go. I gotta take y'all home. So Stank like, what happened? Like, your baby mama on the way now? She on the way? He was like, nah, I don't know. I really don't know. He was like, but what? Just come on, get in the car. So we get up in the car, and Skeletor started driving fast. He did a U-turn, felt like a damn donut. He started driving. He like, why would you post me on your Snapchat calling me bae or your man or whatever? Why would you do that? So it got awkward. I'm like, I'm not saying nothing because I'm not finna try to explain this shit. This ain't, because why did you do that? He was like, why'd you post that? Like, why'd you post that shit? Like, what the fuck? He was like, now my baby mama being a weird bitch and sending it to my girlfriend and da 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 and all this other stuff like that. I guess she was mad because I'm like, dang, if he would answer the phone, she probably wouldn't have sent it. I don't know. Maybe she was mad she couldn't get her ride. So he was like, yeah, da da da. She told my baby mama, just hitting me up, telling me, bring the bitch to me so I can fight her. So I'm thinking like, when he said that, I look at him because I'm like, is that where he's taking us? Like, Skeletor, you about to take us to your baby mama house so she could fight Stank? And he was like, nah, I'm finna take y'all home. Like, I gotta go pull up on my girl. Like, she tripping right now. All this because of this and that. And I was just trying to be nice and look out and all this other stuff like that. And all this and blah, 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 blah. So then, so Stank was like, I'm sorry, I was just trying to make somebody mad. He was like, but don't do that shit with me. Like, you could have waited till we got to the homie or something like that and just post some random, like, you didn't have to post me. That's weird. He was like, now I'm trying to explain this and da-da-da-da, all this other stuff. He just mad. He was like, man, Symone, like, you didn't tell me it was going to be nothing like this. Be nothing like what? What did you mad for? Like, what did you mad at me? So I'm just like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I ain't know. He like, man. And he just irritated. The girl called him back. And he answered the phone. Every time the baby mama called, he forwarded it. When she called, he answered it. And of course, like I said, because I found out that was that girl car. So anyway, he answered the phone and she like talking shit. She was like, yeah, and you fucking with bitches that's beneath me, da 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 da, all this other stuff. Yeah, come back, yeah, pull up, cause I'm not playing, da da da. He like, man, they in the car right now. You could, oh my motherfucking kid, you could ask my sis right now. She in the car. Ask her, like, you could ask her. So she was like, no, I'm cool. He was like, you on the ox, like she could hear you. So I'm sitting there. He's like, you could ask her, He was like, man, Symone, tell her, like, I'm not fuck with your homegirl, da da da. She in the car, she could hear this shit too. So he like, you could ask her right now. The girl got quiet and so did I. Skeletor like tapped me like say something. So I was like, hello. She was like, hello. And she like, who is this? I was like, this Symone, this is sis. Like, you know, she was like, I don't play all that sis brother shit. And I was like, nah, for real, like, this really my bro. Like, really my bro. I'm like, you know, Enemy, his homeboy, Enemy. I was like, yeah, you know him. She was like, yeah, but Enemy with y'all? I was like, nah, he don't fuck with Enemy. That was my ex. I used to talk to Enemy. She like, used to talk to Enemy. I'm like, yeah, I used to date him. Like, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm the girl. I'm like, I was like, my Instagram is kind of like Vivalayoshii or whatever. And she was like, Vivalayoshii? I was like, yeah, I used to date Enemy. I was like, and I used to always be with them or whatever. I'm like, I kind of remember when you and Skeletor started talking. He used to be like, yeah, I started talking to this one girl I used to talk to back in the day. I'm like, and that's you? She was like, uh-huh. I'm like, yeah, but me and Enemy used to talk. And long story short, like, we broke up. I'm like, because it was just too much. Like, you know, if you know Enemy, you know he was on that shit tough. She like, uh-huh. I'm like, yeah. And then, like, he had the nerve to be cheating. It was just so much stuff. And, like, why am I really going through all this shit with Enemy? Like, can you see why this is like, what's wrong with me? She was like, Skeletor. So he like, man, Symone, tell her. Cause y'all, I'm going off. I got sidetracked. I started talking about my business. I said, oh, my bad. So I was like, yeah, no, my homegirl right here, she could hear you. Like, she do not talk to him. I wouldn't even do that. Like, I don't play those type of games or whatever. I might, because I wouldn't have hooked him up with nobody regardless. Like, this my bro, and I don't want to hook nobody up with that I call a bro with none of my friends. Like, I just don't want that, them drama or them issues. So she was like, but the bitch could hear me. The bitch could hear me. So Stank was like, bitch. And I'm like, Stank, because you literally did too much. So she was all like, so just let me know now. Do you Kim? Was you fucking on him? So she was like, no. She like, you suck his dick? Did you suck his... Why am I blanking out? So she like, did you suck his not his glizzy. Okay, did you suck his thing? And she was like, no, I did not suck it. She was like, did you? And did you, what you do when you sucked it? What did you do when you sucked it? Did he like it? Did he come? What did he do? I'm like, oh, this nigga love crazy bitches, because why is you going into details? She was like, did you? He was like, man, I ain't do none of that shit. I just told you. Like, she asked come get some. They was sitting in the car the whole time. I'm like, yeah, that's true. He did have us in the car for the whole time. And I was kind of annoyed, because I'm like, I don't know this neighborhood like that. You know, like, to be sitting out here. I'm like, and it's a real active neighborhood. You ever been over there? What street was that, Skeletor? So he like, man, that was such and such street. Like, just say 1, 2, 3 Sesame Lane. And I'm like, Sesame Lane, you been on that street? And she was like, So I'm like, yeah, so a lot going on. I said, girl, we ended up walking in the wrong house looking for him, because we was ready to go at this point. I was like, we was ready to go. I said, we walked in the wrong house. I said, everybody just so rude over there. And I'm just talking about, and yeah, and then the dude with the dog, he would not put the dog up, talking about this his house. And she was like, Skeletor. He was like, man, I'm dropping him off right now and I'm finna come to you. She was like, okay, so none of y'all did nothing with Skeletor? Like, you didn't do nothing? I was like, nah, I ain't never did nothing with Skeletor. I said, girl, please, that is my brother. I said, I told you, remember Enemy? I dealt with Enemy. I said, I don't know if you know Kelly, but you know her? I said, because he had the nerve to have, next thing you know, it was like, beep, beep, beep. Everybody is rude as fuck, because why did she hang up when I was trying to confess my feelings to her? So anyway, she ended up hanging up the phone, and that was that. He ended up dropping us off. When we put him to my house, she was like, this is Stank. So did you get the tree? He was like, man, here. He tossed the little baggie. He tossed the baggie back seat. And then she was like, I wanted to ask if you could stop by the store, because I don't got nothing to roll up in. He's like, man, get out. I gotta go. And I was like, my bad, bro. She ended up getting out the car. She taking forever to get out the car. He just sitting there like, so while she taking forever to get out the car, because I'm already out the car and I'm standing out like on the passenger side. And I was like, my bad, bro. Like, I was like, I didn't even know all that was gonna happen. Like, let me know if everything good, though. I'm like, let me know if you need me, which I don't know why I said that, because it ain't, even if he did need me, ain't shit I could do for you. So I'm like, yeah, let me know if you need me. He was like, all right then, like, I'm finna go. I'm finna go. It was really like, bitch, get the fuck about the car. So she just taking her sweet ass time. And I was like, come on, Stain, come on, get about the car now. Come on, he gotta go. So she ended up getting out the car. She's like, I'm sorry, like, I'm really sorry. He's like, yeah. Once she like got out the car, he ended up driving off or whatever. Y'all, literally, she was pleading with his baby mom. I'm like, just leave it alone, because even if she pull up over there, we ain't there no way. She gonna be fighting the air. But yeah, y'all, oh my god, my friendship with Skeletor after Enemy was just every time I hung out with this dude, it was something crazy. But yeah, that's the story time. I don't even know what I'm gonna title. I was gonna say on how that was our first, like, when our first linking and stuff happened. Me and Skeletor friendship that we shouldn't have had. But yeah, that's the end of this story. I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all again on Friday. This time I'm for real. Let me stop, because every time I say I'm gonna come back on a day, I don't come back. But this time I really am gonna come back, because I'm about to pre-record tomorrow. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Peace out.